Good evening, everyone. T-Speaker 222 with Swing Traders Anonymous. It's 5:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. Today, for swing trade number 26, it's the first time we've gone in a short direction. And it's not just going to be on any particular one, because there is one that you very well could take, and that would be Algo. And I would say for Algo, actually, you know what? We're going to do this. For the short, we're going to do Algo. If you want to take part in that, obviously you could short it. It's up 34%. But remember, Bitcoin's in a bear pennant flag. And in technical terms, a bear pennant flag indicates a continuation to the downside is going to occur with high probability. It's exactly what we're seeing. We had one chance to break out. We failed. At that point is when I relinquished my position because there's no point. We had one shot to break out. And now it consolidated with no volume, and now it's not looking good. So in technical terms, this is indicating we're going to have a continuation to the downside. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing is you've got to, we're going to, like I said before, we're going to have a big move down. It's not going to be 10,000. Not all at once, but it's going to be a big move. This very well could bring you to that $38,000 mark if it went right. So this is actually breaking news, because if this does break to the down direction, like it is indicating in technical terms, Algo would be the #1 target to short right now. It's the overwhelming eye-soaring one that will get affected the hardest when Bitcoin goes down. It's having a pump, and this would be just a perfect time for a dump. And it would come down to about the $1.40, $1.45 level. Maybe $1.30, depending on where IOTA goes. But if IOTA went down to about $1.30 in the next drop, it would set up Algo perfectly in that $1.45 range. So if you're looking to short something, there is something that formed the head and shoulders, or a topping reversal pattern right here in the 15-minute is what it's looking like, would be Algo, and it's going to be easy short money. I don't short, but if I did, I would short Algo. It's times like this I wish I did. The reason I don't is it haunts me, because then I'll end up looking for the shorts when I'm in a long, or I won't pay attention to the real drops in the market. So I like to be on point, and in the future, maybe I will. But for now, we're going to continue looking down that road. Shiba earlier, I'm not convinced that this is just going to drop. Sometimes when these are doing this, like with Shiba, it's in a very different pattern than Algo. This might come back up. We don't know. But I wouldn't be looking to short this yet. Even though you could say it did this, and then it could just collapse through. We've seen this a lot where it does this. Not that far, but you know what I mean. But, if the market collapses, obviously you could short it. It would have some ways to go, and then you could have a hanging flag before it pulls back up. So, but I would keep my eyes firmly on Algo being up 35%. Also, Solana. Everybody's getting in Solana. This could be the perfect spot if the market does to make a big correction right now. Look how Solana set up. Sometimes there's indicators within indicators. Pull back, this whole side pulls back. And now, if it does it in the 15, now all of a sudden you got an M that formed. You can fill it in a little bit to make it look good. So let's go into a smaller time frame so you can see it. But this is starting to look like you could have a topping reversal. And what perfect timing would this be to just shoot right through back down? So it looks like we're forming something on all these patterns. So in my opinion, the short would be the way to go. Even on these are probably going to break down. If it breaks up out of this with no volume, well, that's the risk we take, isn't it? But I'm looking at the patterns, and Bitcoin's in a bearish continuation pattern. I don't make up the technical terms. That's what it's in, and if you know how to see it, you see it. You can look at any time frame. That's a bearish continuation pattern. And we have highs, the lower low. Everything's there for the pattern. So it's not my choice. I can't tell you what to do. But for the swing trade today, I would say look very closely. And then if you bring it into the 4 hour like this, We could even make this bigger, guys. I did it in a smaller time. But you can make this bigger. This would be your technicals. I did it so you can get this whole flagpole. So you can see it to a smaller degree. You know, but you can break it up. I like to do it like this. Because then when you're looking at it, you can see the flagpole. You can see exactly what we're doing. I don't need to go all the way up. I like it like this. I want to see what the flag's actually fucking doing. And then we've got our uptrending support. We want to stay above. We've got downtrending resistance. It all meets at a certain point. And because there's no volume, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what I was saying, the overwhelming factor is the volume. With no volume, when you're what's the number one rule as well? When you're rising with no volume, that's very bearish. You want to go up with volume spikes, not go down with volume, you know, decreasing. So that's why, begrudgingly, because I didn't want to get out, I took a just shy of 4% after the fees. As it turns out, it was about 3.5%. And you know what? I don't even care, because now I don't have to deal with the market on this bearish continuation. Thank you, Tang. You just so happen to be in the video. As it turns out, we have another Matty Ice circumstance with the same name, as it turns out. I believe Matty Ice's daughter's name is Holly. And now we have Tang. His daughter's name was Holly, who created his. So now we've got the trifecta. So, Tang, I appreciate you reaching out on Twitter and, you know, talking back and forth about the charts. I love somebody who understands the charts, and stay in contact, my friend. But as we discussed, the bearish continuation pattern. And after we talked, I realized it was vital to put this out because, you know, it is what it is. So this is kind of going to be like a XRP Future Millionaire meets the T-Speak at 222 with Swing Traders Anonymous. But guys, if you take one thing from this, we're in a bearish continuation pattern, and this most definitely, in most probability and technical terms, breaks down. This is a continuation to the downside. Nothing more, nothing less. We had one chance to break up more to gain bigger profits. It didn't happen. We got rejected. So I begrudgingly took 3.5% is what it turned out to be after the fees. So that ain't dick. I shouldn't even have went in. But I wanted to see if it was going to go up on that one chance. Fortunately, it went up some, but I believe it's going to roll over now, guys. We have to face the facts. There's no fucking volume. There's zero. This volume is so bad that your head might as well explode. I haven't seen volume this low since I used to listen to my mom's A-track. Small joke. We're old. See, I'm so old, you guys don't need, and some of you guys don't even know what an 8-track is. Even your parents didn't have them. I'm so old. Well, I had cassette tapes. That's something. Do you guys know what a cassette tape is? Well, who cares what a cassette tape is? You need to know what a bearish continuation pattern is. And unfortunately, we're running out of time. No matter how you draw this out, we are running out of time, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm doing everything I can to warn you. I just want you to understand this is not good. And once we break this, and then we're going down probably to 80 cents. Remember what I said the other day, 80 cents? And somebody said that I kept saying 50-50 in my other video, that it could go up. Well, it was 50-50. We had one shot to go up. And some of them took that shot like Algo and went boom. And Shiba had a nice rally. Yes, I know it got relisted on Coinbase. But what did Algo do? I just look at them for the parts of the pattern. And now this looks like it could be hanging. So if it does, if we do have a crash right here, which it could be showing us even with this, it could come all the way back down and retest like the 85% line and then bounce back up when the crash stops again. It's very possible that's exactly what happened for Shiba. And Algo had to reposition itself right before another crash. It had no choice. Look how far away IOTA was getting. They're not meant to be positioned like that. Right now, IOTA should be about 10 to 15 cents under Algo. No more, no less. So it's a little overvalued, Algo. That's why I keep saying that's a great swing trade to the short side. But we're not swinging dick right now. We're in a bearish continuation pattern. I'll be damned if I advise you to swing trade to the upside in this kind of uncertainty. And when the probability speaks to about a 95% that we're going down, unless we have manipulated volume come in, which is possible. But at this point, you stay on the sidelines and you don't take the chance of losing another 25%.